Democrats of all stripes are furious with Minority Leader Chuck Schumer for caving to the Republican Party, for caving to President Donald Trump and Elon Musk. On Wednesday, Schumer announced that Democrats would filibuster the continuing resolution to fund the government. But on Thursday, he's like, oh, did I say we're going to filibuster? No, we're not going to filibuster. No, we have to pass it. Which gave Donald Trump and the Republicans a massive win. The CR would allow Trump and Musk to continue to shut down agencies that they don't agree with, cut spending, and even creates a slush fund for Trump to do whatever he wants with. That's why it's a slush fund. Now, it also cuts vital services programs by about $13 billion, increases defense spending by $6 billion, cuts staffing at the SSA, the funding to the VA, the National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration, among many other terrible things. This bill is an absolute, utter disaster. And even centrist Democrats are pissed. Representative Sean Casten of Illinois, for example, said, quote, Mitch McConnell abused the filibuster to make America worse. Schumer is refusing to use the filibuster to accomplish what exactly? Yeah, and that is the problem, okay? Yes, we did watch Mitch McConnell abuse the filibuster. And then when, I don't know, when Chuck Schumer has the opportunity to stand up to Donald Trump, he doesn't. Oh, no, but we have to cede more power to Donald Trump and Elon Musk just so we can keep, the stock market, the government running. Right. Yep, that's what it is. Now, Senator Chris Van Hollen told reporters on Wednesday the House bill provides, in my view, a, quote, continuing blank check to shut down government agencies as they're doing right now. And that's very important. It's very important. Now, Stephanie Feldman, a longtime aide to former President Joe Biden, said that the shutdown is already happening. It is called Trump and Musk's demolition of our government. The question is whether Congress will cede its remaining checks on the powers of the president. Ron Filipowski said, when you're so afraid of Trump calling you shut down Schumer that you willingly accept surrender Schumer as your legacy. Surrender Schumer. Kevin Cruz, yes, another, critic of Donald Trump, obviously, and enjoyer of centrist Democrats, says, if Chuck Schumer enjoys a single day in New York City for the rest of his life without being told to go F himself at least once, then NYC will have utterly failed as a society. Inside the Democratic caucus, it gets even worse, okay, for him. A senior Democrat said people are furious and that some rank-and-file members have even floated the idea of marching onto the Senate floor in protest. There were many battleground Dems in the House that were semi-uncomfortable with the vote, one House Democrat said. The Senate left the House at the altar. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, in remarks to his House colleagues, and Hakeem Jeffries, I'm a big critic of, right? Even he's like, no, this is unacceptable. He lauded the House for standing up to President Trump by voting against a bill, according to multiple sources. When he praised the House Democrats' votes, he received a standing ovation. When he mentioned Senate Democrats, boos everywhere. One House Democrat told Axios in a text message, quote, people are pissed. No kidding. Several members, including moderates, have begun voicing support for a primary challenge to Chuck Schumer, floating Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Dan Goldman as possible candidates. 3 House Democrats said, when you have these centrist, moderate Democrats that are saying, let's primary Chuck Schumer and replace him with AOC, you know they're not happy. One lawmaker even vowed at the House Democratic retreat to write a check tonight supporting AOC, said the senior House Democrat. Wow, but it gets even better, though. You're going to love this. Okay, that is Bernie Sanders saying if you do nothing, you sit back and you say it's going to be terrible, and that's right. A shutdown will be terrible, but our job is to put the onus on the Republican president, the Republican House, the Republican Senate, the people who control the government. You know who's responding to that? Neera frickin' Tanden, agreeing with Bernie Sanders. I did not have Neera Tanden turning into a Bernie bro on my 2025 bingo card. But there it is. There is more. You're going to love this. Jennifer Rubin. Schumer is a disgrace. Oof. Charlotte Clymer. I'll be supporting a primary challenge against Chuck Schumer. Time for him to go. Wow. Now, speaking of AOC, she called this on social media a huge slap in the face. I think that there's a wide sense of betrayal. And she went on CNN to explain further why.
This continuing resolution codifies much of this chaos that Elon Musk is wreaking havoc on the federal government. It codifies many of those changes. It sacrifices and completely eliminates congressional authority in order to review these impulsive Trump tariffs that he's switching on and off. And on top of that, for folks who are concerned about effectiveness in government, this Republican extreme spending bill removes all of the guardrails and all of the accountability measures to ensure that money is being spent in the way that Congress has directed for it to be spent. This turns the federal government into a slush fund for Donald Trump and Elon Musk. It sacrifices congressional authority, and it is deeply partisan. And so to me, it is almost unthinkable why Senate Democrats would vote to hand the few pieces of leverage that we have away for free when we've been sent here to protect Social Security, protect Medicaid, and protect Medicare.
She is absolutely correct on all of that. And look, this is such a huge win for Republicans. They are openly celebrating. Schumer caved. Trump won. Incredible, said House Judiciary GOP. That means they can send whatever piece of crap bill they have and as a continuing resolution to fund the government, to avoid a government shutdown. And Democrats will back it, no matter how bad it is. They'll back it. Look, Donald Trump went to True Social to congratulate Schumer on this cave, right? Congratulations to Chuck Schumer for doing the right thing. Took guts, courage, the big tax cuts, LA fire fix, debt ceiling bill, and so much more is coming. So they're already planning on stuffing as much horrible crap into those bills as they can, because they know that Chuck Schumer's not going to fight. We should all work together in that very dangerous situation. A non-pass would be a country destroyer. Approval will lead us to new heights. Again, really good and smart move by Senator Schumer. Oh my God. This could lead to something big for the USA. A whole new direction and beginning. Dear God. Now, Representative Ro Khanna also blasted this, saying Democrats' unwillingness to stand up for Congress and constitutional right to prevent Trump from unilaterally shutting down Social Security offices or firing veterans is craven. If we're afraid of blame, we need to get better at persuasion, not rolling over. So, look, I've had criticism of Ro Khanna, missing crucial votes. But at the same time, he is correct on that. Rolling over is exactly what Chuck Schumer has done. Now, of course, he's going to go on and try to defend himself on MSNBC, and Chris Hayes, he wasn't having it.
There's essentially an unconstitutional assault on the government right now, and I think you would agree with that.
There
right?
is.
An assault on the constitutional.
These guys are the worst, and we got to fight them every step of the way. As we say in Brooklyn, Chris, every effing step of the way.
But look, Russ Vought is already telling people, but he's telling people on the floor, we are not even going to listen to this CR. This is a piece of paper that we will impound and rip up the moment it's passed. If that's the case, how is voting for cloture not essentially an imprimatur on the very same assault on the constitutional order.
They're already, even without this CR, they're already doing it.
Right.
Okay? They did it to the Department of Education. But I can tell you, I've been through shutdowns before. It's not that this CR is good. It's not that voting for it is good. It's horrible. But the alternative is worse.
And here's what I would just offer. It seems to me that the demand that makes the most sense here, and I'm not a U.S. Senator, is for the Republicans to vote on a rescission package that enunciates the cuts DOJ has done, as opposed to allowing an unelected co-president unilaterally eviscerate the American constitutional power of the purse. The only thing that gets their attention, the only thing that gets them to back down, is meeting conflict with conflict. If you meet conflict with essentially managed retreat or strategic non-engagement, then they roll all over you.
We are going to conflict with them on everything.
Except when it actually matters. Okay? We're going to conflict with them on everything except when we, roll over. Yeah. Because we're not actually going to do anything. And do you know why they're not actually going to do anything? Because the government shutdown, yes, it would be pretty disastrous, right? For whom? The stock market. Other things, of course, are going to be affected, right? But these are already areas that Republicans are targeting for cuts, massive cuts anyway, okay? But the big thing that would be harmed is the stock market. Well, gee, congressional, I should say Congress members, they can invest in the stock market. So a lot of them do have massive investments in the stock market. So if that continues to go down even further, because it will be a compound effect, right? Because it's already going down. But if it goes down even further as a result of a government shutdown, then they stand to lose a lot of money. And not only them, but the people who fund them, the donors, tend to lose a lot of money when the stock market goes down. And so they don't want to risk those investments getting worse. So that's one of the big problems, right? That is why Schumer is actually not going to do anything, okay? Look, they have the filibuster power. They could block this, and they're not going to. They're legitimizing Donald Trump and Elon Musk's cuts and takeover of the government. But again, wouldn't a government shutdown be worse? Yeah, look, we're already in one, okay? We're already in a partial government shutdown. Donald Trump and Elon Musk are shutting parts of government that they don't like. This is just giving them an official license to do it, okay? Now, another argument Schumer and his defenders will make is, okay, but what about blaming Democrats? Aren't people going to blame Democrats? Well, there's limited polling on this, right? Quinnipiac, for example, on a survey released Thursday, found that 32% of registered voters would blame congressional Democrats. That's about a third. However, 31% would blame congressional Republicans, and 22% would blame Trump. Oh, so actually the polls are better. Oh, interesting. So there you go. And I bet those numbers might move in their direction if Democrats can get out there and actually explain why they're shutting it down. Why did they have to shut down this bill? What parts about it were so bad? Because understand it, a lot of people don't really know what's in these bills. They don't really understand. However, the problem is they have decided we're not going to have that fight. We're not going to have any fight. No fight at all. And that's because Schumer and the Democratic leadership is paid to lose. They are the status quo, and the status quo means not putting up real resistance. They're not putting up any real fight, even against a hostile government takeover, because they don't know how to deal with this. By a billionaire and his fascist allies. They don't know how to deal with the fascism. Now, if you're wondering why Republicans continue to keep winning in this environment, it is because they do fight, while Democrats consistently surrender. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you become a member on our YouTube page, you become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.